What up, gang? We are here. I'm Coach Samantha. We are talking about, let me move this. We are talking about your split squats. Glute biased, let me get in frame. Glute biased versus your quad biased split squats. So we'll talk about, first of all, proper split squat form. We'll talk about the quad version. We'll talk about the glute version, and we'll talk about key differences, pointers, common mistakes, all of that good stuff. So let us jump in. I want to just give a quick disclaimer for everybody who's on Instagram. I am on my group coaching calls with my one-to-one coaching clients. If it interests you, we coach women who are busy working ladies full time, who want to lose body fat, build muscle without any of the BS. So without any BS, let's jump in. First thing, when we are talking about our split squats, actually, hold on, let me just adjust this. What's up, Lisa? Jake? Octavia, what's up? Good to see you guys. Okay, let me see everything. So, first thing that is usually a problem with your split squats is a lot of the time, we're using the bench that is almost 20 inches high, and that can put us really off balance. And I find a lot of the time, even though you can get a pretty decent range of motion, placing the foot, do we have our toes up? Do we have the ankles on? To me, I hate it. It's annoying. And so I would like to propose, rather than using something like a bench, use something like stacked plates. Really all you need is a 6-inch elevated surface, and that is going to be enough to help you still get into the right range of motion, but it's not going to make you feel as off balanced, and you're still going to get it. So when we're talking about these are what? 25-pound plates just stacked together. You could do a yoga block as long as it's not going to move. You could do anything that's just 6 inches off the ground. This is probably more 4 inches. So for our split squats, right? Setup wise, there's a few, this hair is not getting out of my face. There are a few different things that we can do for this. And so I would like to present the split squat woohoo, right? So while we're doing this though, let's talk about what makes something quad based and what makes something glute based. Let's start with the quads. Typically, in a quad-based movement, that requires our knee to be over or past the ankle. When we get into this range, this is where the quads like to really light up. They like to really help out. And when we're a little further back, notice the vertical shin, that's usually more so where the glutes like to come in. So that's one big thing. Another thing is going to be foot placement. And so let's just I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's jump in. So for a quad-based split squat, what I want you to first do is narrow that stance a little bit more, a little shorter distance between the feet. And I want you to imagine with your quad-based split squat that you are on an elevator, going straight up and down. The torso is nice and straight up and down. Notice my knee is coming a little bit, my legs are burning already. My knee is coming a little bit over the ankle, and that's good. We're in a good quad biased split squat. If you want to take this to the next level, what we could do is put something to elevate the heel of the foot that is working. And what we can do is you can stand on this so your heel is kind of elevated. And then when we get into this position, what starts happening, adjust. What starts happening now is there's even more of or I guess even smaller of an angle, but it puts even more emphasis onto the quads. So if I am gonna do a quad bias split squat, what I'm gonna do is short height and then a plate underneath that heel. And I actually learned this from JPG coaching from TikTok 2 or 3 years ago or something, so shout out to JPG. And notice we're straight up and down. I'm on an escalator, and a big thing with your split squats to keep in mind is you want to keep the tension for as long as possible. So this, girl, what are we doing? It's great if your goal is endurance, to get your heart rate up. That's awesome. However, if your goal is hypertrophy, aka to grow the muscle, what we really want to do instead is more so a pace That's really gonna force you to control the eccentric or the way down. And as you're pushing up, this is more so the tempo I would like to see, because on the way down, the eccentric, that is where we're gonna get maximum stuff out of our muscles. My brain is not working today, so bear with me, but that's where we're getting the maximum stuff out of it. Now, let's just go over again the key things here. For your quads, we're vertical, we're keeping the stance a little bit narrower, we're elevating the heel, and we're on an elevator. Okay? Elevator. Whew. Whew. Pause for out of breath. Now, for the glute bias, pretty much the exact opposite of what we've just done. So what we're gonna do instead is, this was our original split squat. We're gonna take it a little bit farther out so that we can get a little more stretch. What I want you to think about is when you do RDLs, we talked about hip hinge. When you do RDLs, we really want to send the hips back. And why do we do that? It's because it puts more tension on the glutes, and that's what we're gonna do here. So, as we're going through this, we're gonna take a little bit, not wider, I guess wider, longer distance of a stance. And with this one, hello. With this one, what we're gonna do is lean that torso forward. And with this one, I want you to think escalator, not elevator, escalator, right? We're coming down at an angle back towards that back foot. I want you to imagine you're trying to do this. You're trying to sit on your back foot. And when we do this, it's gonna allow the glutes to take over a little bit more of the load. And as you're coming up with that torso leaned over and coming back, you can feel the difference between this and this, even without being off the ground. So as you're pushing up, you're thinking kind of like, you know, like Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Olympic sprinter. Is she starting her sprint like this? Yeah. Or is she starting her sprint like this? Whoosh. It's the second one, in case you were confused. With that, the reason why is because you get the greatest leverage out of your glutes and the most power and explosion. So when we are doing when we're doing the glutes, we are hinged over at the hips. We're a little bit longer in stride, and we are escalator, moving backwards, like I'm trying to sit back on this back foot, and pushing up again at that angle, as if you're not trying to come straight up, but go 45 degrees out. So, whew, baby, I gotta do more cardio. With this, let us review very quickly. Quads, elevated foot if possible. Shorter distance, we're on an escalator. Torso is upright and we are going straight down and back up. Straight down and back up, okay? Glutes, a little longer, more of a torso lean or a hinge at the hips, and we are on an escalator coming down. Okay, I should have stretched, my booty cheeks are burning. So, what questions do we have about this? The reason why my girlie's on my call, my computer screen is a little bit taller than my phone, so I'm like, I gotta be on different levels. Okay, I think everyone can see me when I'm here. So, Lisa_VA says, how can I watch this again after? Well, Lisa, very conveniently, I will always post these lives to my main page. So sammylee.fit is my Instagram handle. You can just click on that and it will take you directly to, oh my gosh, girl. It will take you directly to my page, and you'll notice there's a very specific like cover photo that I put on all the lives. It's like bright pink and it just says the name of the live on it. And then it says live on it as well. So this will be posted again to my main page so you can see it. And also, if you are on YouTube, TikTok, I have the same handle on TikTok, sammylee.fit. And then on YouTube, it's youtube.com/Coach Samantha. So I can put that in here if you'd like. But, gang, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so out of breath. What in the world? Okay, so I believe that is pretty much it. If you guys have more questions, please feel free to drop a question either in the comments or drop them in the comments after I repost this. And for now, we will get back to regular scheduled programming with my one-to-one coaching clients in our group call. So I hope everybody enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what we want to talk about next week, and I will see you later. And ladies,